This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Whoa, this little light of mine. Oh, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Whoa, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh yeah. Everywhere I go, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh yeah. Even if I'm first black president, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, speak up for my ancestors. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go. And even if I have to speak, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hold on to your blackness and let it shine. Oh, yeah. Woo. Shar gets up dancing and I'm getting up singing. Everywhere I go. I like that song. And I learned that one, I believe it. No, I didn't. I learned it for a play. It was one of the plays because I did all African American theater for a minute. I would never do segregated theater. So I've always had a little bit of this in me. And then when I started working for the segregated theaters, it was in sales. And it was trying to sell both of those, the black plays versus the white plays, because the white plays couldn't sell by themselves. So boom, boom on that. I'm so happy to be black today. Amen. I'm happy to be Amber Cypress. Call me Cypress, don't call me no Amber. I'm sorry. I'm getting used to it myself. But, you know, I'm so happy that I have the mind of, that mind is very intact, my blackness, and how so beautiful I know that I am. And everything about me is the bomb. And my ancestors were the kickoffs. You know, I looked at Roots yesterday. You know, like I said, the first time that I watched Roots was with my family. My grandparents, my brother, my father, the whole family. As one time I can remember all of them being together in the living room to watch Roots. And of course my father being, my grandfather being a teacher of African American history, he loved it. And it was shortly after that he went to Africa and did some research. And the family, our family is from West Africa, Yoruba, West Africans. And he did have the tribe, I don't remember. I was mad because he took so long coming back home. That's the longest trip my grandfather ever had. That's the only thing I remember. I wasn't enthused about the fact that it was Africa, you know. And he has said if it's the last thing he would do in his life, he wants to go to Africa. And it actually happened. I think he was doing something for college, for school, writing something. That's what I think. But I have said that because I am so into African film. I like the progress that they made. You know, they make you proud to see progress like that happen. against all odds, and how hard most of those actors worked. Way harder than an American. They could teach America something. When I went to the African Oscars, I went straight to my favorite actor, which is Artus Frank Artus. And the American actors that were there was Blair Underwood, okay, and I can never remember his name. Officer and a Gentleman, he was in that. I walked right by them, went straight to the African actor, plus looking for, I had two of them. And the other one has just recently made a movie. It was really good. He is so funny. He could be a comedian too. So anyway, I'm into African film in Africa, and not American. I'm tired of American film. First time I saw African film, I looked at it, and a lady was French braiding my hair, and I said, "What is that? Ain't no white people in that film. What kind of film is that?" Now see, I'm Black American. That's real ignorant, okay, to say something like that. That is, But I was sincere about it. I really had never seen a film like that that's all black. Even the people in the stores, everything was black. And I was like, this is amazing. So she took it out and gave it to me. And I was buying those films like crazy. I have boxes I have a file cabinet just for my African films. Because I'm not getting fed here in America what I want to see in film. I see it in Africa. That's pretty cool. But when it comes to politics and religion, even in America, I watch News Now. They're having problems with the Tamir Rice, I believe, case. And that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how most of you can make comments or neglect a lot of the things that I'm saying, and then something like this is going on. And what those people are counting on is that you forget, like you do most of the time, always talking about changing policies and bills. And this is for the last, I don't know how many years. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You're never going to do it. You have to fight sometime. And I'm going to say it, I think it's two sides to everything. There's a time for everything. And there's a time for the love, 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 love. There's a time for that, but then there's a time that if somebody spits in your face, to knock the living hell out of them. I don't care. Go to jail, die. I don't care what you got to do. That's what I feel is time. Like this real personal attacks. Because you can't kill a child. That was a little child. He was outside playing. You didn't even check or call or nothing, and it's right there on tape. And they're having problems with that case. This is getting real scary. So you're going to let them, and most black people rather keep the peace and go love, 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 love all day long than to fix it. That's what they rather do. Or black on black crime. Let's talk about black on black crime now. Over that little boy's life. We know it's black on black crime. We knew that when they dropped the crack down in the warehouse on the Black Panthers. And ever since then, it has been like, whoa. We knew that when they were dropping guns in on our community so that it's called genocide. They planned that. That's a social, I ran across, it's a social, where they arrange and want these things to happen, and it works. That's black, and that's where you get the black on black crime. That's how that started to happen, because nobody had a job. Everybody was smoking crack. The kids stayed with grandma, so, what can we say? Black on black crime has nothing to do with the police brutality that's going on. Nothing. This police brutality and the lives before that are double, triple black on black crime. That should really, really, really interest you. And the thing is, a lot of the young people, and they're counting on that. That's why they're changing the history in Google about Egypt and all the different, you don't get the correct history, the correct background. You know, that's why it's happening like that. Because if you can keep the young people stupid, I think some of the hip hoppers, the only thing I could say, don't stop the kids from doing the music. That's you out of order. You know, I was a singer when I was young like that. And we were doing something. My grandfather hated for us to sing Jackson 5 on Sunday. He hated that because he was a pastor of a church and he wanted to focus and meditate. And he could not meditate on our music. He hate, you know, so it's almost like close to a hate. You know, there's a lot of my friends' parents didn't even like them to turn up the box in the house. So they had their day, and now it's our day to sit up. When you know somebody's old and old-fashioned and stuck in the mud when they talk about the hip-hop music. You know, that's their music. That's their voice. But when you listen to their voice, it has nothing to do with history. It has nothing to do, right, it has stuff to do, and I wish that if we were going to attack something, we should attack the right places that are destroying our children and our family and communities. So I'm talking about fighting too. I'm 55, and I know most of you don't like me, and you say, well, she's not, but I'm going to tell you, I believe in fighting. So I'm not far from the kids. It's the voice of the children, of the young people. You cannot shut them up because it's their experience, what they're living in today, because of us. And because of us, we live in the community. Right. That's a responsibility of black people for us to fix it. But when you talk about police brutality, it's not a match. You are talking about black on black crime as an exit to not talk about what the problem is at hand. Black Lives Matter started because of police brutality. And the police are not being held responsible for it. That's murder. That's almost like gang. That is a gang. Because we know that police department is no longer right. If you see them, how fast they choking somebody and killing somebody and tasering them, that's not normal. So what do? Let them do it. Well, if they want to fight, if they want to be bogus and stuff like that, give them a fight. Give it to them. Because the day that they beat up an elderly person on national TV like that, we all need to get together and just take whoever, whatever. Why would you live and there's nothing for you to die for? But black people are not going to do that. And the thing is, I'm going to take about black people even in Africa. That's a money place. So if you got money, then you can just about run my kid's life and run my house. If you're the preacher, you're going to eat first at the table. That was messed up. That's back in the back bag. And we were doing stupid crap like that, honoring the preacher. I noticed on Roots, I said, I hope people are looking at it. Because notice that they mentioned that it is a Christian country and we will teach them the Christian way. When one of the captains was talking to the other captain, he said they seem to tone down a bit because we are a Christian country. And he was steady saying that we're a lower breed and all that kind of stuff. This is their beliefs. Christianity came with slavery. That was proof right there. But we also can read Makipa. Read what she said. What they did was sangamas in their village for forever. probably still do it. But they were made to go to that church by those missionaries that came to Africa. That's how it's probably spread it all over Africa. Because that is not, and that captain knew that Africa was not a Christian country. It became Christian just recently. I've just never seen nothing like that before in my life. I sincerely would never, I would have to have some type of power to go to Africa so that they would understand. Do not bring that to the table, to my room, to my work, nothing. That Christian crap. Please don't talk that mess. Everything come out of your mouth is holiness. It's just really not Africa. That is not your ancestors' religion. And that captain said it. They were in Africa to catch more Africans to take over to America. So the African did not have no Christianity. That was not no Christianity. But some of them are scared of the power that their ancestors, but what they did in the past, and they get used to the Christian. I don't know why people choose that. You know, because the Bible never was really convincing to me at all. I've got to stop talking like that. I promised someone I would just say I'm just more into science. That's what I'm supposed to say. I'm just more into science. So Raven Simone, this little girl is so, what did her parents didn't teach her anything about her history. But I'm not going to blame Raven. You know why? Because half of the kids are like that. Half of the kids are like that. Half of the kids are just not into their history, because if you don't talk and teach it, they're not living it, they're not around it. They're not, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking on Facebook right now trying to find something, but I can't find anything. I don't think it comes out this early. Nothing does. You know what we need to do to stop saying the first black. Just get over it already. Yeah, just stop saying that. Well, this is the first black. You know, everything is first black. Now, I ran upon an article that's very interesting, and it's 6 reasons young black people are leaving the church. I'm going to read it. I hope I'm not. I'm trying to get some other stuff really brief. Social and economic improvements make the church appear less relevant. And I can't get the 6 reasons. See, I hate when people write like this. The church appears to be old and stagnant. That's not the reason. It's not. It was, young evangelists feel they have to choose between their intellectual integrity and their faith. Okay, this intellectual integrity is Obama. He was trained to think the way what he did. He was trained in school. And you got to be careful. You got to know when to use it. There's a time for everything. Disagreement with passages in the Bible on slavery and genocide. Young people are now waking up to the fact that Christianity and the Bible was used as a tool to control their ancestors. Yes! This is what I'm telling you, young people. And that's not a narrative they want to be a part of. Wow, this is interesting. I may post it. Sex. The church is perceived as whatever. Young people want to be challenged to live lives of holiness, not only when it comes to sex, but also when it comes to living simply, caring for the poor and oppressed, pursuing reconciliation, engaging in creation care, and becoming peacemakers. And this is probably a report. They are tired of pretending. They're tired. Many youth feel Christianity leaves no room for authenticity. Some segments of Christianity suggest that being a Christian removes all struggle from life. But that message rings hollow for many kids who try to serve God and continue to face difficult challenges. They're killing the kids. And we are definitely are sitting back watching it. Definitely, we need to be fighting and go to some of their houses and just take the whole damn house down, with hate, or who see their parents such a similar message while succumbing to anger or depression themselves. Many youth feel Christianity leaves no room for authentic to be real. Okay. That's pretty good. Now, I like that article. Let's share it on my timeline. Now, this is the kind of stuff you'll see on my timeline on Facebook. I wish I could take it to Twitter and tweet it, because that's a really good article. Here, the first black woman driving in style. The first black. I don't understand this first black thing, but guess what? I can't do nothing about it. I'm going to ignore it. So what we are going to do is Tamar Price. That's really sad. That's real sad. It's really sad. Anyway, there you go. So that's the whole this morning. That's all I'm going to do. And believe it or not, it's still dark outside. I get up early. I go to bed real early. So my hours are real structured. And I think a little bit of youth I can hold on to by doing that. I guess the worst thing that you can do is not get the proper sleep. So sleep is really important. That's it. Why young people are losing. And see, that makes the church go down too. But if they come out with those 44 books from the Catholic, and I said I was going to stop putting down the church. I said that. I said I was going to say I'm just a little bit more into science. So let me cut it. That's a good article. Read it. It's on the timeline yourself. And people are starting to recognize the money hustling that they do, these preachers. Or tithes. Don't mention tithes to me. I make a decision. It used to be that way. Let me make a decision to give you $1. That's just like the panhandler outside. If he's saying 50 cents, now they start to ask for pizza. The same as those preachers. You're not supposed to ask me for money. You preach, and if I want to put something in it, I'll put something in it. I'm not supposed to be a member they were putting a 103-year-old woman out of the church. Where was that? Was that Detroit? I don't know, but I hope they got rid of, or people could learn from that. Just get rid of that preacher. Don't support that. That was way out of order. Because who did it right but our elders and ancestors? Those are the ones that did it right. They're the ones that send the kids through college if you didn't have no money. They're the ones that may give you a help on your rent. You have to go through, you give all these churches money, and then you got to go through loopholes to get help in those churches. All that is wrong. Those are bad signs. They're not, and they'll give you good reasons and rules and regulations why they have to do it. Well, I'm done, and I will be back if I see something interesting on the Facebook. I read it, but I do have a lot of errands to do today, so I'm glad I got started early, and hope that all of you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, Black lives matter. Stay black. Ooh. Ooh, Obama, 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 you fail me, you fail me, you fail me, you fail me, you fail me. I like that song. Ashe.